He raised his thumb to show his commitment to Nunla. Don't worry, just have me here. Make sure the atoms are gone. Nicola excitedly nods boom. Put your hands behind Nicola's back. You two walk together. Just say it. Call everyone back. You have to eat when you are busy. Words of Liu Feng. The nun girl sounds sweet as cane backwards. You obey orders. Yes, then run away in the eyes of Theo Liu Feng. You think, this is the place that really belongs to me. In the cold murky mountain form forbidden. The cold wind blowing through the mountains. Covered in white snow, the withered branches of the tree. Look confirmed Kyo, like tri-skeletons pointing out, in the middle of the wind blowing snow. A small village at the foot of the mountain. The snow-covered roofs and paths. 01 shadow of someone outside. There are only guards. Cover your head on duty. The guards are walking around in front of the village gate. Jack heard the sound of the ice breaking from his footsteps. Stand back, who are you? The guard called out. He grabbed the sword and prepared to deal with it. Appearing in front of you is a female warrior in a very thick fur coat. Pointed hands with white hairs. Short hair and white eyes. She had a big sword on her shoulder. There is still blood on you. Raise your eyes, she answered the guard coldly. Go and tell your leader. Said the wolf beast Revi is here. Heard of the wolf beast Revi. The guards jumped up and down. Glad to see you've met your idol. They're happy to show up. Is she Revi? Is she Amazi? Please wait a moment, Miss Amazi. Please come here. Say paragraph. The soldier led the werewolf girl inside. The soldiers outside are still whispering. Whoa, the gas is so strong. I don't even dare to talk. Fortunately, he dared to stop her of easy soul. It's not that I didn't realize it at the time. The stain on Miss Aveni must be all blood. That's right. I don't know how many people Aveni killed this time. To meet her, you must be the unlucky trader slaves. I don't know if Avizi was with the leader. I'm sure she's here. Our success is huge. They just stood outside in the snow talking. Forget the cold, that the Ice Queen is raging. The door is pushed out. The Beast of Any walked in. Welcome the famous beast warrior. It's the sword fight of a girl with green hair. With the Aveni wolf girl herself. The blue-haired girl didn't say no. Suddenly jumped from above. He slashed 2 swords towards the wolf girl, weaving a line as electric spark. As fast as cutting, wolf beast girl jumps up high. Avoid the green-haired girl's sword blow. See that? She also stomped and jumped up. On par with Avenji girl. You two are about to draw your swords. The 2 of them finally crashed into each other. The swords in the hands of 2 girls banging each other. Glowing out light like lightning. The girl with blue hair spoke up. She said she showed her tongue in 2, like a snake's tongue. Or again, Revi silently agreed. Then outside, I just heard the VA swords clashing. A moment later, I was tired. 2 girls put Buddhist swords on the floor. The blue-haired girl said, She's Bella, the leader of the beast tribe. She wiped her hands and told Avenzi. Av wolf girl. Of course, you're the only one who's hard on me. And so does Bella. You are still so full of energy. Avenues. The blue-haired girl sitting in a chair with armrests. Avisi is washing her hands. Oi. See, you have no harvest this time. AVG pulls the absorbent towel on his arm. She did not answer Bella's question. A moment later, the wolf girl raised her head. Ask a question on another topic. Bella heard you're leaving. That's right, Avisi. Maybe this will be the last time you rest here. How would you like to come with us? Blue-haired girl Bella excited. Put your hand down on the table. The avatar asked seriously. You really want to carry out the plan? Bella put her hand to her mouth and her face looked worried. Ha, of course. Just stand strong in that chaotic place. Everything will have hope. Let me analyze it for you. The eastern side of the mountain was divided into 3 major countries: the Kingdom of Xinglu, Radian Kingdom, and Matcha Kingdom. But in the end, after a Matcha king ascended the throne, there was a rebellion. After a war, the country is divided into 3 territories: Moonlin Dominions, Mannequin Dominions, and Kama Dominions. 3 territories because they want to annex each other. That doesn't stop moving. The war brought chaos. People call it a land of confusion. Just the animals in your camp. But to that land, it's about fighting the human knight. Avisi said 2 hands squeezed towel for exhaustion. If you don't try, you'll know, Bella replied. The girl's hands are twisting, the green curls. It's spooky. Those territories are rebelling. This is our chance. You just have to hit a territory. The blue 2 animal has a chance to do it again. Even more, even 7 defeat. The blue-haired girl dropped the sentence, and she laughed. The smile just ended. She looked at Aveni with a piercing look and asked, "And you?" Aveni was determined. "I have to find a girl with normal breasts." She must have been early. Even though I didn't finish the sentence, but Bella was deliberately teasing. Makes Avisi angry at Bella. Eyes flaming, the flaming Avji swung his sword at Bella. Speak with a warning voice. I don't expect you to keep talking. Reevi's angry eyes were as cold as ice. She stared at Bella. I hope she doesn't keep talking. Blue-haired girl Bella sees Aveni so angry. To laugh harmoniously. Okay, it's true. You have to take on the responsibilities of the knights. When did the werewolf arrive? Said Bella and wiped her nose with her finger. Aveni's sword to the side. The horseman threw his sword to the ground. Speaking in a proud voice. My sword exists to protect your princess. Bella shrugs it up to you, Disney. Why didn't you see her and hit her again? AV moves the subject. I'm not free. He chose the life he wanted. The blue-haired girl Bella sighed. Is why Avisi asked you to rest assured. That stupid girl is doing well now. But there's a fly that wants to disturb everything in this place. Bella said. His eyes flashed with the deadly coldness of the predator. The horse's hooves stopped, on a road covered in snow and ice. Adam's army walked slowly, in the cold wilderness of the mountain. Adam in his arms ordered to stop. How long to the Atlantic? If we march all night, we'll be there in the morning. A knight answered. Adam stared at the cold, dark space. The snowflakes are falling, landed on his blonde hair. He hesitated. This weather. After calculating, he ordered. The knights obey orders. Find a suitable place to camp. In the morning, the soldiers shouted. In the cold and touched forest, the wolf's howl sounded so hauntingly. Adam's army set up campfires overnight. Sitting in the shack, one of Adam's men told him. Fortunately, the Baron ordered a rest. It's not allowed to march at night here, near the U Mountains. If the road force encounters wild animals. He talked there and kept quiet. Baron Adam holds a cup of hot tea in his hand. He replied with a gentle smile. What to do? Everyone has family waiting. You can't be arbitrarily sacrificed. He said it seems like he's a very responsible person. To win the hearts of the soldiers. In fact, in his heart, he is thinking now. You are the best riders in the world. Compared to the riders of Europe. It's possible to get such a good 3 on one tool. Of course, it can't be wasted in vain. That's right compared to him. The horse was cruel but much more straightforward than he was. Put your arm on your chest. The rider that Adam carried with him showed his prestige. The Baron thought, for us so. We will do our best. That's thanks to everyone. We must kill the traitor. The owner of the Atlantic. Revenge for my mother's brother. Baron Adam said in a false voice. The Kier soldier obeyed Adam's orders with a cunning smile. Mom, thank you for giving me such a good opportunity. May be the very name of the agreement to attack the Atlantic. As long as it's dead, the mole. Floor depending on the mineral mine factory. Everything in the Atlantic City. It will all belong to me. There are those things. I can help the 4 princes to the throne. Don't say the Earl until then. Being a duke is not a problem. Even you have to prove yourself. It seems it's all about Adam's immediate ambitions. He just borrows Earl Pulixer's elite army. There was a good reason to invade the Atlantic. He's a cunning man. Midnight in the Atlantic City, the moon's glow. Ignite the will to fight of one-hearted people. Loyal to the city. The owner is here. It's now stopping east of the Atlantic City. We're about half a day away. A soldier announces to the exile. He looked at everyone and asked, Are you all ready? Look at the AI with a steady gaze of dignity. It's all like a loaded gun. Ready to fight well. Sei Feng commented, The guy ordered us out at night. Before they reach the Atlantic, we have to make them stop. All in a loud voice. Back to the wild forest. Adam's army is stationed there. The rider that Adam carried Theo was going to sleep. Suddenly, he discovered something unusual. He suddenly thought it wasn't over. The cry of the wild animals is gone. He stepped outside. At his feet, someone was killed. The soldier found out. He shouted. There's an attacker at night preparing to fight. The torch is lit. Adam is sleeping in the new camp. When he opened, he walked out. What's going on? In front of him, it's a scene he's never seen before. 2 horsemen girls. The warrior is holding a sword in his hand. And other animals. Kill them all. Blue-haired girl ordered extremely sharp eyes. The sound of the calendar of man's and horses' footsteps echoed. In the valley. In the middle of the ravine, the high is covered in white snow. Liu's army froze like grass ants. Spread across the aisles. The company flickered under the flickering torch. shimmering in a corner of the sky. The leader of the knights is the owner of the Atlantic City, save the Mina hero. The hero of the messy clan with the Yubel and his subordinates. The cavalry in the back stretched across the ravine. Where to go? The torch is there. The boss is here. A rider spoke up. Save the wind in return. In my head, I have a plan. Suitable for the location of this place well. It's very good here. Both sides have high ground. Narrow path. Adam's horse wants to pass by. You have to wear the hat. I can't concentrate. Then we just need to be on high. And kill them from both sides. Gravity, plus the speed of falling. It will make the enemy have no resistance. Listen to Fong here. The Mina and the Disney girl. Our world has suddenly become dazed. I don't know what gravity plus speed is. How to fall down. Two girls sound like ducks' thunder. Poor girls. Probably not studying physics. Sei Feng said again. This is the way to go. As we travel from the east to the Atlantic. Let's hide here. We've got to grab a bunch of atom stones. The spirit radiated from the young exiled leader. It made the whole army burn. Quickly want to be broken. All in a loud voice. Calendar, calendar, calendar. The army marched slowly through the night. Suddenly, Mina's cat's ear wiggled. Hear a strange still noise. I listened for a moment and Mina called out to someone. Everybody be alert. Maybe Adam's cavalry came before Sao. She professes aesthetics. Mina pushed the horse ahead of her and called out to the chain. The Knight of the Yangtze Army. Go up and prepare to launch. See you clearly. The arrow plummeted down and hit. He fell to the ground in front of the stranger's feet. Panicked, he rushed back, shouting with your hands in your mouth. Don't kill me. I'm just here to report. At this time, the Disney tourist recognized her acquaintance. The girl uttered a look of shock. Why are you here? He turned his eyes to Disney. There's a little surprise. That postman is from the Beast tribe. Come to the news. I almost got shot because I was mistaken for an enemy. The Disney owner asked. Yes, Miss Bella said. I have to hand this letter to the owner. Big guy. 2 hands to present the letter to the order. The owner of the Atlantic Ocean, 01 hour. The contents of the letter written. I'm Bella, the oldest sister of the stupid little Messi. Is the leader of the 2 camp. I heard you've adjusted to the Atlantic. Where? To earn the love and respect of human beings. And the Beast congratulated him. I know Disney is with you now. Please help me take care of it. Of course when. I'll also look at the Atlantic Ocean. Read Bella's letter carefully. It seems funny to hear her talk. Just warn the reader. I also know that this guy thinks. Haha. The tiger is Messi's older sister. It looks like congratulations, but the reality is that it threatens me. But Messi's sister is also worried. COVID in the mail. Of course, that stupid girl is very simple. If you're not careful, you want to get married. Remember to invite me for a drink. Read here. The gentleman flushed like fire. Say no words. Disney stands by. Saw his master read the letter. But it sounds so stressful. The curious girl leaned closer and asked. What did she write anyway? After reading a few sentences, my eldest sister intended to entrust me to the exile. Then she burst out laughing. Ha 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 ha, this gossipy sister. The ox girl. Tay conveniently snatched and tore the letter. This girl is really. It's true that sisters have different personalities, like ice cream. Not over yet. She also interrogated the horse-headed guy who brought the letter. Tell me why you're sending a letter now. He's good at talking to Messi. Bella takes everyone off to the land of confusion. This is supposed to be goodbye. Yes, Miss Bella said. Before leaving, I'll help you clean up the nobles. Talk about here. I immediately thought of the Adam. I told the nobleman she was going to kill Adam. Disney goes next door. Listen to Fong and think a little. Then she whipped the horse away. I can't wait to call Theo Disney. What she really likes is to do it. Don't talk to anyone. In the dark, under the dim moon, there's a fierce battle going on. There are grievous groans of pain. Some people can only speak for an hour, then log out, one by one. Under the death sword of the camp leader, blue hair Bella, only one blow to the neck. Shy on the shoulder, shy back to the chest, shy through Tim. Unfortunately for the army, I met these girls. It's not just Bella. Death Scythe. It's called the Avenzi Wolf Knight. Meet this girl. I just want to get out of the world quickly. Let's go back to Earth soon. They're actually a horrible obsession. The captain of the American cavalry that Adam took with him has pink-brown hair and lips as thick as a fish cleaning a tank. It's very confusing watching your army being bombed. He wiggled his thick eyebrows. Tighten your teeth before the situation is very worrying when armies of animals fight with extraordinary power. His horsemen are dead. It made the rest of us afraid to move forward. In that situation, he had to shout. Don't be afraid to come together. They're not as numerous as us. The two blue-haired and black-haired soldiers hesitated. When you buy shoes, you both come. Aimed at a big fat pig. Suddenly, from a distance, when he sees you in danger, the bear jumps in to help. Ken's blade the bear swept past. Two swords of two purple-haired and black-haired soldiers. Spark. I'm here to help. The pig laughed, hee hee hee. Just in time. His name is Baron Ad. I saw an army of animals fighting so bravely. The crickets are worried. He thought these animals said they were campers. But it's like an army of horsemen. The doctor has been trained. Then he suddenly thought, the mobilization of the animal army, it's because of the wind. To avoid getting involved, it's okay to just let the animals. If investigated, just blame it on the animals. Act like you don't know anything. He thought it was spicy. His teeth clenched together. Then suddenly, he shouted, stop. You are the people of the world. To hear his screams, the sound of fighting suddenly stopped. The fight paused for a few minutes. The animals don't understand what he's talking about. Then leader Bella stepped up. You laugh at what you say. We are Liu Feng Yu's people. Ha 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 ha, Baron Adam insisted again. Stop pretending. Your way of fighting. This is not a normal animal. You just need to join me. Then I'll give you 10 times more profit than Liu Feng. Adam's name was deliberately teased. He's easy to hear. It's like taking something from someone else. But it's not that AI was bought with money. With profit. Bella heard him seduce and laughed with tears. It's funny. Ha 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 ha, your vision is so poor. We are not people of Liu Feng. But your eyes are fine. We're not normal animals. We are the knights of the Boyudo kingdom. The girl said her eyes were wide, asserting the position of the tribe you rule. The blue-haired girl Bella said in a steely voice, affirming the existence and power of his tribe. At this point, Baron Adam stared. Knight of the Bluetooth Beast Kingdom. I don't know if he's too surprised or too scared. Looking at his face, 7 gods. Then he hurried back. The riders screamed loudly. Hurry up, but just turn around. If you can't run, take a run. The sword's tearing sound soared through the air. Bella's sword pierced through the noble. He collapsed, fell to the ground without a word. Maybe he died without closing his eyes, Adam. His riders shouted. They looked around him again. Adam is dead. The riders looked at each other to confirm. From behind the beast tribe leader, Bella shouted, to kill the animals that come rushing up. Big Asia. The scream slowly disappeared into space. As quiet as it is. Now in front of fat men and armies of beasts. A region of white snow covered in blood. The bodies of the dead are piled on top of each other. They've all been destroyed. Werewolf Knight Avenesi told Bella. Disney is not afraid of danger. That attacked and killed a cavalry barracks. The essence of man. Your sister's love is so strong. Haha, it's like a training session. Before the real war is over. Even more so, it makes Kier. I can clearly see my power. So that he wouldn't bully Disney later. The animal farm chief replied. I'm sure your goal doesn't end here. The white-haired Kimavisi asked again. She seems to understand Bella. Bella laughed when she was caught. Haha. Not tiger, is Avenesi. She spoke up to explain. You didn't say. We go to the land of chaos will have no chance, Sao. But if there's more human equipment and steeds here. What do you think? Bella looked up at Avisi, her eyes full of meaning. It was a smart calculation before. You are very much like the Duke. Of any comparison. Talk about Duke Day. Bella's eyes flashed. She remembered the man with long black hair. There are 2 sharp horns on the head. She glanced her eyes, her voice dropped. Speaking in a very unpleasant manner. Don't mention that man in front of me. I don't know Bella, and the Duke that Avisi's talking about has something to do with it. Or have any enemies with each other. Bella's attitude was so tense. But Avenesi still says, the Duke lived and died with his country. Is a great hero of Belto. Bella kept walking. Don't turn around, just walk and talk. What kind of hero is dead? The story goes to a dead end. Avisi says nothing more, she just aesthetic. Your mouth says that, but you don't. A land of unspeakable danger. I know very well in my heart, but still go. It's still because of that belief in me. The sound of galloping horse footsteps. Calendars on the road. The horse's whip echoed. Disney is just driving fast. The wind also galloped horse chase behind. Disney, slow down. I'm waiting for you. Disney just called. Her eyes suddenly lit up. When you see the camps. Front. She must have thought her sister was stopping here. The girl jumped off the horse and rushed forward. She looked back. But around her, There are only cold bodies left. The empty huts. There was not a single animal of the mountain. Even the equipment and horses of human riders. It's also carried away. Girls like the messy clan are stunned. Buried my feet under the cold snow. You're gone and the wind is behind you now. He spoke softly, Disney. Disney didn't look back at the girl standing there. Deep voice. Since leaving the animal kingdom, I always pull her legs. I just want to eat and play. Several times I was sold as a slave by donkeys. You saved me. Tears rolled down the young girl's cheeks. You normally talk so loud. Strong is that, the courage to go to war as a man. And now I'm crying like a baby. The lost girl's voice. Why did you ignore me this time? Don't you think I'm annoying? You don't need me anymore. 2 rows of tears riddled with new girls. I can't hold my breath crying like a child. I thought I saw girls cry. Then you have to be brave. I can't believe he laughed again. Ha ha ha. She was crying and laughing. The girl shouted back. You laugh at what your sister says. Liu Feng said. Now he's preaching too messy. Watch your sister for you. Not afraid of nobles. That attacked and killed an entire cavalry barracks. And she's also showing strength. It's like telling my uncle. You don't have to be nice to you and the animals. Even though we've fallen. But you can still kill these nobles. He said for a while and then looked messy. Your sister is so good to you. Disney listens to every word Liu Feng said. It's like opening up a forest of knowledge. It turns out what your sister's been doing for you. You also simply think. It's because sisters love each other, not deeply understood. That's the problem. What's more, there's a sister who doesn't protect her sister. When your sister grows up, protect her. It's not okay. The owner said, rubbing Disney's head with his hand. It is very good both professionally and professionally. Was the leader good at mobilizing the people? Watch out this time, the messy girl. I like you for sure. Then, thanks to the encouragement, Messy seems to understand the problem. The girl stopped crying and asked for advice. I can really help my sister. Of course, save the wind. So the new girl is happy again. Her eyes looked far away. I want to tell my sister Bella. Don't worry. I'll always remember you and protect you to the end. In the snow-covered desert. Werewolf Knight of Enzi and Leader Paint Camp. Due to Bella Beach Beast, waving to each other. They're leaving in 2 different directions. They say goodbye to each other to pursue their own journey. Leader Bella leads the army of beast riders. Eyes glowed up, a strong desire and determination to reclaim our place for the tribe of the jailbird. Back to the beautiful Atlantic. The bright sun illuminated the majestic castle. The Lord of the Atlantic speaks. Call you here today. There is something important to declare. What moves the army out into? Those who were present included Ares, Taurus too, Ellie and Messi. They were all very surprised by the decision of Lu Feng. That's right. I've wanted to do that for a long time. Just take the army out of the city. We can expand the army even more. This is a military reform document. Let's see it. Liu Feng said, in your hand is a stack of paper. You keep talking. She was arrested and Adam was killed. Their father is a police officer. I'll definitely calculate this debt now. To the top of the Atlantic, we. So we're planning to deal with the police. Now so thoughtful. It turns out that all of this, it was part of the plan. I knew I had to pay this debt. So, quietly planning to leave the army out of the city, to expand the force. Dealing with the enemy is easier. The big cats have to admit this too. He said he was still the master of the whole mind. He's taking his army out of Atlantic City. Where should we be stationed? Like a loud voice asking for the wind. East of the Atlantic. Although the eastern part of the city is deserted, there is land. Danger becomes the shortest way back. Once something happens in the city, it'll be a few minutes. He stood up and replied, I want to build a military bunker. In the east of the city, it's a long function. Invincible power with the Marines of the Atlantic. A clear voice echoing in unmistakable uniformity. They all agree with the wish, as well as the owner's desire. For the purpose of the Atlantic is getting stronger. Before the 5 faces of the enemy. But what is a Marine? Some people are curious. Look at those people's funny reactions, as the wind does not rush to explain as soon as you say he. By then, everyone will know. And then there's a mysterious smile. The sun shimmered in golden flowers. The sun shines down on the castle. From inside the castle emitting that AI's voice. I don't know if male or female. We need more manpower here. The city must also be strengthened. Steel production must also be accelerated. Increase investment in weapons. First name erect writing handle, sitting in front of her with a bewildered face. When the first man finished speaking, next to her is his maid. I don't know the face. Master Ra doesn't need that kind of trouble. As long as I'm going to execute the Count Pulitzer. The maid standing next to the builder. She's a black cat named Mina, with a dangerous face, threatening like gangsters to collect debts. About to hit people. And then the first name was a bad name. Spanking Mina a boot. Mina shouted up. His face doesn't he care about life. Look at the papers on the table. Why should I let you take risks? The fox stood nearby, with the ultimate face of helplessness. The fox often thinks. That's right. Take heart, let his beloved maid go. Let me go, let me love each other. That AI's opening sound is so powerful. It called slam. I want to shut people's doors. 3 people in the room suddenly turned around. The door that was open screeched loudly. Surprisingly bewildered face of Qin Huang Lake. I don't know, my God. What's wrong with the door? Where does it open so strongly? What woman's unsteady footsteps? When she entered the room, Ra was a nun, holding a drunk wine bottle. Your face is like a fool. Laugh high to everyone in the room. Oi. The wine you want to drink. I'm here at night. Do you want to taste it? Then she was unlucky. People are talking about the big thing that you're drunk in the dark. Your face that she came into her mouth. 3 people who don't understand faces like they want to talk. What's going on in those lame pants? Nico walked into the room drunk. And talked so casually. The nun fell into the lap of the style unexpectedly. Make him unable to do it. How can I help this handsome grandmother? The nun sat down in her chair. Hurry and sit down first. She deliberately swooped in to save the show is finished. It's embarrassing. Shy as a young girl to confess her crush. The boss is so cool. Then cool down in the middle of the day. She's acting like an air conditioner. With your pillow in your arms. The expression of the helpless exile with the nun.